Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar says the pulling down of his reaction to the killing of Sokoto College student Deborah Samuel does not amount to condoning religious intolerance. Atiku Abubakar added that he has been loud in condemning religious issues that tend to divide Nigerians. The former vice president is one of the aspirants seeking the presidential ticket of the PDP ahead of next year's presidential election. He was in Benin, the capital of Edo State, in continuation of his effort to woo delegates ahead of the PDP presidential primary.
Every tweet has to get my approval. Unfortunately, this tweet, because I was traveling all over the country, did not have my approval. So I said it should be taken out. And that every tweet must have my express approval. I am not a person who is afraid to take stand on issues. You know the stand I took on Sharia. I was pelted, I was abused in the north, but then how long did the Sharia last? I told them they were having a political Sharia. And I was vilified. They threw stones at me. There is nothing they did not do. That did not make me change.
Elsewhere, General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor ENOCH ADEBOYE, has declared that religion is not the problem of Nigeria. He made the declaration when he paid a courtesy visit to NASARAWA State Governor ABDULLAHI SULE ahead of a light-up crusade in the state. The General Overseer believes the divisive tendencies of politicians are the reason for the country's woes. Pastor ADEBOYE is optimistic his recent visits to states for light-up crusades would proffer solutions to the challenges of the country.
I try to explain to those who try to create a divide between us, Christians, Muslims, for political reasons. I try to make them understand that when the bandits were shooting at the people in the train that they were laid on the way to Kaduna, they didn't have a special bullet for Christians and another kind of bullets for Muslims. They were shooting. And bullets kill anyone. Bullets will not ask, what is your religion? So I said, we have a problem that only God can help us to solve.
These things that are happening, like you truly mentioned, are not religious. They are purely political. And it is only God that will touch the hearts of the people who are causing these problems, that will make an 80-year-old to travel to life here for the first time in the history of his life, and now to travel to all these other places to pray for our country. So we need those prayers today. We need those prayers in every state of the Federation. We need those prayers for our Mr. President, for our country.
To judicial matters, the ₦1 billion libel suit instituted by New Black Movement of Africa and 3 others against blogger Linda Ikeji was heard today at the Delta State High Court, Efron Council. The defendant's plea for more time to file the statement of defense was granted by the court. Iken Amechi tells us more.
April, the New Black Movement of Africa filed a ₦1 billion lawsuit against Linda Ikeji for alleged defamation and libel at the Delta State High Court, Efron. Today, unlike the pre-trial stage, the defendant is here in court as she, through her counsel, praised the court to give her time to file statement of defense. Both counsel spoke to journalists after the court session.
We were not aware that a matter was going on which involved our clients. We only got news of that through social media last night, and we had to rush up to meet up this morning. So we've taken a date so that we can file our defense and file our other processes.
A counsel announced appearance for the defendant today and stated that she became aware of this suit yesterday, whereas she has been served long ago And by the grace of God, there is proof of service confirmed in the court file. And on that basis, the court graciously granted an adjournment to enable them to file their defense. It was adjourned to the 27th of May 2022 for motion for extension of time to file the defense. With that, the matter will be heard on the merit. Let's hear all the parties. Let them enter the defense so that the court can look at both sides and take decision at the end of the day.
As they look forward to May 27th adjourned date, members of the New Black Movement believe the public has a lot to learn from this case of defamation as to always fact-check information before publishing or sharing. Ikenna Amechi, TVC News, Efrun, Delta State.
Let's talk health. Wife of KWARA State Governor Ambassador Olufolake Abdulrazak is appealing for collaborative efforts to fight the scourge of malaria, especially in Nigeria, where the children under 5 years suffer most. She made the appeal during a malaria awareness program in Ilorin, the KWARA State capital. Ibrahim Alige has more.
Malaria is a life-threatening disease caused by parasites that are transmitted to people through the bites of infected female Anopheles mosquitoes. Though preventable and curable, there are an estimated 241 million cases of malaria worldwide, with an estimated 627,000 malaria-related deaths in 2020. This explains why the wife of the KWARA State Governor is calling for concerted efforts to drastically reduce or eradicate malaria.
Landmark recommendations on the use of the first vaccine against malaria, RTSS, were released by the World Health Organization in October 2021. This vaccine will be used to prevent malaria among children aged 6 months to 5 years who live in moderate to high transmission settings.
The prevalence of the malaria cases in KWARA State before the advent of the present administration was 27%, but has been reduced to 20% through collaborative efforts.
Since we came on board, the direct fund in the tune of 150 million naira that we injected into the state malaria elimination program has boosted the malaria-free KWARA initiative and elevated our status of collaboration in the global fund supported national malaria elimination program to a sub-recipient status.
We did a lot of work on malaria. Initially, we started by controlling malaria. Later, we graduated to eliminating malaria. That is the stage we are now, and we are planning to eradicate malaria completely.
At another occasion, where foodstuffs and personal protective equipment were donated, the wife of the governor assured citizens of the government's commitment to cushioning the effects of COVID-19 on the people.
Today's palliative distribution to families and presentation of medical equipment to the KWARA State Primary Healthcare Development Agency will no doubt go a long way to complement earlier efforts of the state government.
Because of COVID, the economic survival of a lot of low-income earners, of a lot of businesses, became very threatened, and we started to travel around the country. We've gone around the whole country. We're now in the North Central. And we've made donations of food, personal protective equipment, medical materials.
The COVID-19 palliative materials were donated by the Victim Support Fund. Ibrahim Alige, TVC News, Ilorin.